Good morning, everybody. Rosanna with No Limit Outdoors. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. This is part 2 of my boat repair. So on this episode, I'm going to show what it took to drill out all the rivets, what I found, and how to get to this point to get ready for the new install of the new solid rivets and taking care of a couple of cracks that I found on the boat. So enjoy this video, and once again, like, subscribe, and enjoy. So I've already pretty much stripped down all the old finish off the bottom of the boat to inspect all the rivets that were damaged. As you can see, we already knew there was a crack going on here. I've decided to kind of go a different route. I'm going to go ahead and plate it up with like a patch panel and then some rivets to take care of that crack. After seeing multiple people doing these repairs on boats, the best option is what a lot of people recommend is not to weld the cracks, because it tends to weaken the aluminum around it and it'll just crack again. So what a lot of people do is they just do a patch panel with rivets and glue, with aluminum glue, so it'll definitely hold, it'll never come apart. So if you can see, all the braces have all been drilled out. I'm doing a lot of the side, over half the side on both the left and right sides. Here's the transom area. That's how bad the electrolysis was in the back. I'm doing the bottom of the transom, the other side of the transom, and then this would be the left side since the boat is flipped upside down. And you know, it took a while to get all these rivets drilled out, but this boat will never leak again, guaranteed. And the tools that I'm using to do this is, once again, this is going to be a 1/4-inch bit that's going to be matched up to the new solid rivets that are going in. I use a center punch to get a spot on the old rivets so that the 1/8-inch rivet would go drill in real nice and smooth. I'm using a cordless Milwaukee. There's the bit that I started off with. So as you can see, the pilot hole basically helps in getting a nice centered area to, by the time you get the 1/4-inch bit over the top, it just breaks the head off and you're moving right along. So I don't want to show every step precisely how it's done, but this is how basically I started it off doing it myself. 1/8-inch bit through the head, and then the 1/4-inch just breaks it off nice and smooth, and then the new solid rivet goes into the hole. And I will show the process on what it takes to hammer it, smash it in place, and keep going on this project. So to drill out these solid rivets, what I'm going to use first is use a centering punch. What that's going to do is make a nice spot in the center to start drilling with the 1/8-inch bit. What we'll do next is get the drill with the bit, of course, installed on it. Go to the very center with the center punch, made the little indentation. Start drilling. I usually like going a little bit on the slow side because the aluminum, it'll tend to heat up the bit and sometimes it'll break off. And what I'll do is I'll pull it out a little bit so a lot of the excess shavings come out. There it is, about what, maybe 5 seconds to drill right through. So now what we're going to do is get that bit off the drill. Now we're going to go with a 1/4-inch bit, which is going to be a little bit undersized to what the solid new rivets are going to be. What that's going to do is, with the pilot hole you already made, it's going to guide you all the way through and break off the rivet. So here's the one that's already been pre-drilled. Just like that, the head breaks off. You have a nice clean break for the rest of it to be drilled out. What I'll do is, since we're going to have a pilot hole there, we'll break through and done. Now, this it's going to be a super tight fit initially. Just like that, we're ready for anyone to go in. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. As you can see, there's the brand new rivet compared to the other ones. And I'm doing about 300 plus on the boat, just so it's all nice and safe, since I'm spending a lot of time painting it. And that's where we're at. Well, on to drilling all these holes out and getting it ready for the install of all the solids. So the bottom of the hole, I drilled out all the rivets. That took quite a bit of work to get it all ready for the new ones. So you can see I replaced the left side all the way down, the lateral beams across the bottom to stiffen the bottom of the boat. The rear braces for the transom are all brand new. Everything got replaced. Everything that was underwater has been redone. Every single brace across the sides of the boat also were re-riveted all down. The only issues that I had was that I found crack in some points where I think the boat's flexing, maybe just poor design. So I had to basically put a patch panel with rivets using the same brace on the inside to stiffen that area up so it won't crack again. I had a hole that I couldn't weld, so what I did is I just put another rivet in there with some GB weld across the same beam to seal that up. But my main focal point of this repair is where these two beams connect. So they should have just put one long beam to stiffen it all up so it wouldn't flex in this area. So what I'm doing here now is slipping a new piece of aluminum in between both braces to stiffen it up to avoid the flex. And that should hold that area up from it ever cracking again. It was a lot of work to get to this point, but it's looking awesome. Looking forward to finishing it up, painting it, and that'll be on my next video.